watching Universal Groove. We have Coda the Barber on the channel here, and just want to talk to you, man, and kind of go over what you're up to and all the music that you're putting out. It looks really good, man. So just welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for having me. Shout outs to Universal, man, and a lot of people always compliment the soul that they hear in my voice. So I thought that was kind of cool, that the way your name is spelled.
Yeah, man, and it's so crazy, man. Like, so many people get our name confused for some reason. It's a Universal Soul Groove, Universal Soul, or the souls of the grooves. But yeah, Universal Groove. Yeah, man, we're trying to do it on a big level. I've been interviewing artists, and one of the artists that really popped out to me was you, man. Like, the moment I seen you with the guitar and doing your thing, and the voice, just the beard, the tats, mainly the glasses, like all that stuff, man, just really caught my attention. And really, you just can't avoid it, man. Like, you just got a lot of talent, just what you're doing and the vocals. So I really like what you're doing.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, been at it a while. I started when I was 9 years old, playing the guitar with my grandfather, who was also a barber. I'm a third generation barber. My grandfather, my dad showed my mom, and my mom and dad both showed me and my older sister. We have our own barbershop in Fillmore in the 805. Shout outs to the 805 out there in Fillmore. I was born out there in Moore Park, and I was in Camarillo actually, and I was raised in Moore Park. And I came up to Palmdale in the AV around fourth grade, and that's when I was really playing the guitar and learned a little bit from my grandpa. And then moving from Moore Park, because that's where he's from, I moved up to Palmdale, and I was kind of like on my own, learning how to play the guitar and like playing by ear. I would throw Carlos Santana, the best of Carlos Santana on, and I would listen, and I would try to get those notes, and just kind of took it from there, and started writing at an early age too. Like 12 years old, I wrote my first song.
So you mentioned that you started a guitar at a young age. Who taught you guitar, and then what was some of the first songs or first notes that they taught you?
Oh, it's crazy. My Grandpa Bob, he's no longer with us, but he showed me how to play, Creí and like Sabor a Mi, stuff like that at a young age with the guitar, and he would play like the notes, and I would kind of copy him, and it just stuck with me, bro. It just really stuck with me. And also too, like, I had a cousin, he plays the bass. He's actually in the band that I play with. He showed me how to play La Bamba, and I remember learning how to play La Bamba, and I was like, oh dang, 9-10 years old. And working with my grandpa really kind of like just took it to another level. He showed me a few notes, and I kind of like got the hang of it, man.
Wow, that's really cool. And that's one thing that I noticed right off the top, is that you play the guitar along with the music, and all the songs that you've covered and all the songs that you do, it's like your signature sound, and I know for most artists, everyone's looking for that signature sound, and when that person starts singing or when that person starts performing, what's that signature sound? I definitely think that you got that with the guitar, and it just really separates you, I think, from a lot of other artists. And then your style too. You have a really cool style as far as like the glasses, like, the glasses look really good on you. You got the crazy beard. So how long does it take you to grow that beard, by the way?
Man, I've been growing it for the last like 4 years. I probably trimmed it a couple times, so it'll probably be super longer by now. But the Ray-Bans too, I've always loved rocking the Ray-Bans. I always saw my dad wearing Ray-Bans, and me and him looked so much alike that I was like, they gotta look good on me too. So I threw them on, and everybody's like, that's the look right there.
That is the look, man. Not everyone can pull those off. I definitely can't wear Ray-Bans. My face is too big. There you go. There it is, man. Hey, that's a signature look right there, man. I wanted to go back to the barber thing. So you are currently a barber. Do you own your own shop, or do you work in a shop?
So I work at Coda's Barber and Style, which is in Fillmore, and that belongs to like the family. But I also have my own setup in Lancaster. I work out of my own house and stuff. Or, I go to on the road and cut people's hair every now and again. But mainly out the house, with all of this going on, man, you know, you gotta still grind, you know, gotta still grind. And then, like I said, yeah, working at the barbershop, I've been there for years. The barbershop's been there for 14 years, and I've been here and there, you know, working there for a little while, a couple years, and then I'll come back up to Lancaster because, you know, there's a lot of business between Lancaster and, you know, Ventura.
Yeah, and then I see that you've done like some funny skits with like friends like at the barbershop, and you're doing it. That's really cool. I mean, do you have the guitar on standby when it's slow or whatever, just kind of busting it out and singing to the customers?
I always keep her close by, you know, just in case. You know what I'm saying? Keep her close by. I do. I have her close by at all times.
That's really cool. And so I mean, there must be a vibe. Anybody famous that comes through to your spot that you've met, like doing the hair? Or?
Oh yeah, I ran into a lot of people, man. Even JoJo from Casey and JoJo sat in my chair one time, and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh.
I was like, that's crazy. I shaved his head and, you know, did his sideburns. And, you know, ladies come up to him, they're like, is this you? And they show him a picture of him. He goes, yeah, baby, that's me. So I've cut his hair a few times, and you know, he's heard me sing, and he told me the same thing. He goes, man, you got your own sound, man. He goes, you got your own sound. You're dope. Keep going, you know. A lot of different people.
Who else? Anybody else that you cut their hair that like famous?
Let's see. Yeah, I cut Pee Wee Herman's hair. I cut a lot of people's hair, man.
Wow.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman sat in my chair one time. I was like, oh man, that was crazy. This is random people. King T, man. I remember he sat in my chair. Like, damn, he was real cool. There's a lot of people.
Awesome. And then, so what artists like did you grow up listening to just the most? Like, I mean, what like really inspired you to sing and to play like their songs? Is there any artists that just you love?
Yeah, that I love. It's crazy because I've always listened to oldies since I was younger, and Brenton Wood just always stood out to me. His voice, his swag. I always loved his voice, and then listening to all those type of oldies like Smokey Robinson, The Temptations, you know, listening to them, and then finally getting older where I'm listening to my own stuff. I start to listen to like, you know, the 90s R&B stuff, you know, that was coming out. I started to listen to that, and I started finding my own sound, and kind of like mixed with all of that. And it's crazy, man, how you know, and also like Michael Jackson, bro. I used to listen to Michael Jackson all the time, you know.
Wow.
Over and over, I'd watch his videos.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I hear in your sound that really I think relates to a lot of people probably when they hear it, is that there is kind of like a hip-hop element to what you play, or like you said, like an R&B kind of swag to what you play. And you've done some of like the remix of like little like some hip-hop stuff and messed around with that. And I really think that like when people hear that, they just don't really hear it on a guitar, and you bust out the guitar and play like that. I think it just hits home for a lot of people because they're always like intrigued by that hip hop. Was there any hip hop artists that you loved listening to growing up?
Yeah, I listened to a lot of, you know, West Coast stuff, Snoop Dogg, and man, Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, bro. Nate Dogg was big for me, bro. I really love Nate Dogg. Rest in peace. Listened to a lot of West Coast stuff, but also I would get into fights, man, with people. Because they were like, no, it's Tupac, and I was like, nah, man, I really mess with Biggie because Biggie just had like a different swag, and I was always like a bigger guy, so like I remember just relating to Biggie a little more than I did Pac, because Pac was, you know, he was ruthless, you know what I'm saying? You know, Tupac was the man all day, but I just liked Biggie's flow a little more. Like I just related more with Biggie. I like it when they call me Big Papa, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, growing up, when it comes to Tupac, you know, I had my friends who were like really against Tupac when I first heard Tupac. It was like the Dear Mama. He was in jail. He was going through like the court stuff, and I remember a lot of my friends were like, "Man, this guy's a punk, man. He's like 6'9", like what he is today." You know, he was the guy that just. always starting trouble. And I didn't have
Always
a lot of
did.
love for Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls was always the guy that was like, just chill, you know. He had the swag, he had the cool clothes, you know. He wasn't the greatest looking guy, but he knew how to get the chick. You know, at the end of the day, he got the
Exactly.
chick.
That
So,
part.
and then, you know, once Tupac got onto Death Row and the whole California love, it just
Yeah.
still was going nuts after everybody. But and he is the greatest, I think, of all time.
Yeah.
But Biggie was like a whole different character, and he wasn't trying to be all in the beef. You know, he was trying to just be cool and make money. That's what it was about. Unfortunately, yeah, I mean that kind of screwed up his Tupac kind of screwed up his whole plans, you know. But yeah, man, those guys definitely rest in peace. And the West Coast, we play a lot of West Coast on the channel. You know, that hip hop is always memorable. It's got the funk, it's got that oldie sound too. So, but yeah, man, I really enjoy the songs that you play.
Oh, yeah. Don't know why, but I love you, I do. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I like the way you love me. Oh, girl. Oh, every time you kiss me, thrills me from my head to feet. And I tell myself that deep down inside there will be no one else for me. 'Cause I like the way you love me, love me, love me. Oh, girl. Oh, and I like the way you thrill me. Oh, girl. Will you thrill me to my soul? And I like it all so. And I tell myself that deep down inside I could never let you go. Cause I like the way you love me, thrill me, chill me, love me, oh baby, oh girl, oh, and I like the way you love me, oh girl, you're my love, you're all mine.
Let's talk about some of the covers that you've done. So Brenton Wood, you've done a lot of Brenton Wood, right? Or a couple Brenton Wood. I like
Yeah,
the
man.
way.
Like I said, that for some reason he's just always been number one in my book when it comes to like the music that I'll hear, you know, first. You know, whether it becomes like a melody or whatever it is, it's like I always takes me back to when I was little listening to Brenton Wood, and then kind of like evolves from there when it comes to like me writing a song or something like that, or doing a cover. Like I always want to go to that type of music or that sound.
And you've done like two of his songs, maybe more. You've done the Flamingos, I Only Have Eyes for You, Richie Valens, Smokey Robinson. These are some of the big classics, right? That you put out there. And again, what I hear in those songs is you on like the guitar, making those songs a little bit more spicy from the originals. So talk about that, like putting the song together. What's your process on that? Is there a certain song out of these songs that you heard right away, like I could put something different on that? How are you kind of going about writing laying down the track and writing the guitar parts for that?
Usually I'll just try to find the root notes to the songs, and once I find those, I kind of find my pocket and where I'm comfortable singing. And then once I find that sweet spot, I try to just kind of stay there. And also, I always tell myself to not sing it like, I can't sing it like Brenton Wood. I'll never be able to sing it like Brenton Wood. But I can't sing it like Coda. So like, how would Coda sing this song? And that's kind of how I approach it. Every cover that I do, I'll never be able to sing it exactly like the artist, but I can, put that Coda sound on it, and that's what's got me this far, man. It's kind of crazy, man. People are digging the sound. It's a trip. It's great.
Yeah, and I love that sound. You're doing really well, and that really takes a skill, man, to kind of, because I know like anybody that's in a karaoke bar, anybody that's trying to cover a song, the first thing that their mind goes to is like, how did that singer sing it? And to have to pull away your mind to do something a different way, whether it be a different tone, a different notes, I think you really nail it, man. And I think a lot of people, again, you're bringing your own style to these songs, and I'm excited for future stuff that you have. I want to talk about how you were discovered. How are you discovered? Because you've been around for a while, doing this, and I heard your name a while back, and how long have you been really doing it on the guitar and this the sound of yours?
Man, I've been going at least 10 years, maybe even a little longer, with the guitar and performing and really trying to put myself out there, because it was just so long where I was just kind of in my own head, like, you have to be at this certain level or know certain people to get there. But instead of worrying about that, I kind of just said, I'm just gonna go out here and have fun and do what I love to do, which is make music. So I started to do covers and this and that, and it started getting me noticed and getting me gigs, and I took it from there. And then also too, I would sing at the barbershop, and you never know who's at the barbershop, man. Someone knows somebody. There's been times where I've been singing, and a dude will hear me and be like, hey man, I'll be right back, I'm gonna bring somebody to talk to you. Next thing you know, I'm meeting one of this producer I met, his name was Dre Knight, and he worked with all kinds of people, bro. All kinds of people, Beyonce and Nicki Minaj, all kinds of people, just to say a few. And for him to take notice, I knew I had something, and he told me too. He's like, bro, you gotta keep banging away, keep doing your thing, and eventually, someone's gonna hear you, and you're gonna, take it to another level. So I started recording my own songs. I started doing my own thing, and it's kind of led me to here. And it's a trip because Instagram takes you so far, if you know how to use it or whatever. And I remember just getting on live with certain artists that I like. So I follow Baby Bash, and one day I'm on his live, and I'm like, yo, Bash, we gotta link up, just a shot in the dark. And he was like, Coda the barber, the beard, the long hair. He goes, yeah, you're dope, because I would work with you. So I remember that's how that happened.
Yeah, and it's really big. So I just did an interview with Monica Rocha, and what was really surprising to me about her was that, she did like an Instagram live singing, and it went viral, and it really changed her life. She went from, doing it in the bedroom to now recording, doing music videos, the whole nine, and she's got the contract, and she's taken, advantage of the, the whole Instagram, thing and what she's being given. So I really like that, and we kind of talked about it. Like, I really like that, an artist like yourself that, can get on Instagram and maybe write their own songs, from their bedroom and put it out there and just see what happens. Like, you just never know. It's just,
you never know, man. If you love something, I suggest you just keep doing it, and you never know who's gonna hear your stuff, or even if you're nervous to post your stuff, just you never know who's gonna be listening, because that same thing with me. I was doing songs, covers, and I just started noticing my followers are going up and up and up. I go, oh damn, maybe this is the way I'm gonna get noticed. And sure enough, I kept at it, and after a bunch of covers and, just having fun, every night after work, I would come home and I would be tired or whatever, but I don't care. I'd pick up my guitar and I'd lay something down and it would sound good. And I'd be like, let's get it.
Yeah, and that's one thing that, I've been interviewing some of the artists and they're all, really wanting to do the covers. But you seem a little bit different because you got the guitar. You have a skill that you can write songs, you're on your own. So how many songs do you have maybe on the back burner or maybe that you're recording now that people can hear soon?
Right now I have a lot on the back burner. I have a what I would say a catalog, man. I got me a bunch of songs or a bunch of songs like with hooks or a hook and a couple verses or a hook and a verse or just really catchy, really stuff that's ready to go and just fun stuff, and stuff that's like sounds like I can hear it now on the radio. I got a bunch of those, but like there's some on YouTube right now. I Hate to Say It, that's out right now. I wrote that. That's a good jam with me, and I did a remix with the homegirl, man, and she killed it, dude. Also too, who else I got one with Baby Bash. That one's called Show Off, and that one's doing really good too. I got that's one that I wrote, and yeah.
Now, is the label jumping up for joy, like, or are they more like pushing towards the covers? Are they? What's like their temperature on this? Are they like, hey, let's just do some covers for a little bit, and then we're gonna come in and like, have you just bust out all these songs, or where are they at on this?
So right now, they love the originals and they love the oldies, you know what I mean? And they see that, I can do both. So right now we're working on getting the volume 2 done with the oldies, and doing some videos for that. And also too, putting out some of these originals so that people can start to hear how I sound with the newer stuff,
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for. Is the 2 songs that you brought up with Baby Bash and the other song that you have. Those songs are really catchy. They're good. They are like the sound of now. Like I could definitely hear it like on the Spotify and maybe even definitely on the radio. These songs are definitely catchy. So I'm excited for anything that new comes out. The covers are really good too. The way you do the covers, again, it's great. How hard is it to be a male artist these days? Because I know like a lot of the girls have been pretty much dominant in the soul scene. I think besides you, I think Adrian Carmine's doing his thing. Malik is doing his thing, But there's a lot of girls dominating the scene right now. So is it harder to be a guy in this scene?
I don't know. I don't feel like it's hard being a guy in this scene because I think my range helps a lot. I can sing higher stuff. I can sing lower stuff. I can even do covers of girl songs if I want to, you know what I mean? Which I got some stuff coming. But it's crazy, It is kind of crazy to know that the girls do dominate. They be doing their thing, But there are some guys out there that are killing it, like you said, and it's crazy, being one of them. That it's a trip.
You always told me if I ever lost you, I'd never find love again. Yeah. Then explain to me when I get all G'd up. Shit, I got this one and that one straight looking. Both of us know I ain't been looking, so I know I'ma be alright. Cause I'm a savage, I auto damage. Smelling like the devil's cabbage, the way I planned it. I don't give a fuck right now. 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 Hey, I'd hate to say I told you so. I'd hate to say I told you so. I'd hate to say I told you so. But I'll be the first to let you know, oh yeah. I'd hate to say argument. Yeah, so tired of fighting, so tired of crying, so wide awake, I cannot sleep. So fired up, can't keep it bottled up no more. Can't keep it bottled up no more. Said I don't give a fuck right now. I'd hate to say I told you so. I'd hate to say I told you so. I'd hate to say I told you so, but I'll be the first to let you know, oh yeah. If you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, yeah. If you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, yeah, yeah. If you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, yeah, yeah. If you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, yeah. If you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, yeah. If you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, you've done a song with Baby Bash, obviously a legend. He's been around for a long time. He's been doing it at a high level, still doing it at a high level. And I see one of the videos that you've posted, you're doing a live like song. I think you're doing the Bretton Wood, right? And
Yeah.
on the acoustic, and the crowd just goes crazy. Like, it's like so cool. So what was it like performing with him? And then how did that relationship kind of start?
And like I said, once we got in the studio and I laid Catch You on the Rebound with him and Danny Trejo, he introduced me to Danny Trejo. That was crazy. I walk in and I'm just like, oh man, Danny Trejo, I get that, you know. And first seeing him on Blood In, Blood Out, like I just followed Danny Trejo's career from there as a kid. And it was just crazy seeing him in person, and I played the song for him and Baby Bash, and they just love it. They're like, man, we gotta put this on a project. So that song, not only was it on my album, but it was on Danny Trejo's first album that he had out with his music record label, you know, Trejo Music, I think. And man, it's been crazy since then, because you know, whenever I play these songs, especially like Bretton Wood live, people automatically know the song, especially that. Oh yeah, don't know why. That's the beginning of everything right there, you know. So when I go and do shows with Baby Bash, it just erupts, man. Everybody goes crazy. And so I just been kind of sticking with that, man, you know, finding that kind of sound, that kind of.
Yeah, that's a good vibe, you know, and Bretton Wood is a legend as well. He's performed for our family a few times, and such a great guy, and just a cool dude. He's still doing it, again, at a high level. And those songs are very memorable. They always get people in a good mood. They're like the songs to play at the party, right? The kickback, that's like the go-to. Going back to Danny Trejo, so I noticed him kind of taking a lot of the artists under his wing.
Yeah.
And he was like Trish Toledo, yourself. I think he's doing it with Baby Bash, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
What was his role in the process? Was he just trying to like jump on the train? Like, hey, was he the money guy? Like, what was he up to? Like, cause
saw with, you know, what Baby Bash and you know, Silent Giant, E-Dub, and everybody has been doing. And I think, yeah, man, he said, let's get it, you know, I can do this too. And he's doing his thing too.
So he's still doing it. He's still around. I mean, I haven't really seen too much of him. I know at first, like, again, it was like like Malik, everybody was on that train. But is he still doing it?
I believe so.
Wow. Okay. Now you've also did a project called the Bash Tones. Can you go into the Bash Tones and who's in that group and kind of what are they all about?
Yeah, man. So Baby Bash hits me up. He goes, man, I gotta get you on the Bash Tones. And he tells me that, you know, Joey Quinones and, you know, Frankie J and himself and myself. He goes, bro, you can kill it. I go, let's get it. So I remember going into a session and it was him and Joey Quinones. And he goes, you got something for this? And he plays a song and immediately, man, I caught a vibe and I spit something right off the top of my head. And he was like, yo, that's fire. He goes, go lay that down. So I go lay it down and it just fits so well. And he goes, yeah, man. He goes, you're part of the Bash Tones, man. You're in.
Wow. So that's a huge stamp of approval, right? Because that guy, he's like the leader right now in producing the soul that everybody's listening to. He's just done a lot of tracks. He's done some tracks himself. He's put a lot of bands up. He's working 24/7. He's come up in a lot of the interviews. But to get that guy's stamp of approval, like, what is he like in the studio?
Man, he's a beast in the studio, man. He's you know, and he's real funny too. He's super funny. He's real cool. He makes you feel like, you know, like your family, you know. So it kind of brings your stress level from here. Like, oh man, I'm up here with these big dogs. It kind of brings you where you need to be comfortable enough to spit something fire. You know what I mean? At least for me, you know. I don't know. Some other people, I don't know, might not be able to handle it, but it was cool, you know. It was really cool.
And can we expect any more music from the Bash Tones anytime soon? Have they contacted you for, you know, other tracks and stuff?
Not just yet, but I know that something's gonna pop off soon, real soon. It's just like I said, with this whole COVID, in these times, man, it's rough, you know. Everybody's trying to stay home, and, you know, so it's kind of bringing, you know, the productivity a little lower than usual.
Baby, I'ma show off. Come take your clothes off. Gonna lay your body down tonight. Baby, I'ma show off. Come take your clothes off. Cause when I'm done, you're gonna doze off into filled with ecstasy, yeah. Like, oh, 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 girl, oh, yeah. Girl, come closer. Wanna whisper something in your ear, something about your body. Got me wondering if you're kinda naughty. Maybe just let me know. Baby, I'ma show off. Come take your clothes off. Gonna lay your body down tonight. Baby, I'ma show off. Come take your clothes off. Cause when I'm done, you're gonna doze off into filled with ecstasy, yeah. Like, oh, 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 girl, yeah.
I love to watch you take your clothes off. Girl, your skin is so soft. All I wanna do is rendezvous and smoke your dome off. Let me get you in the mood with an attitude that's super sexy. I'ma make it, take it all, baby doll, it's getting messy. Now tell me how you love that. Toes curl up like boxing gloves. Every stroke I'm giving you with lots of love. Now tell me how you love that. We can smoke some cherry pie. I'm gonna get you drunk with a D and then I get you very high. You bet your bottom dollar, baby girl, we smoking trees. Let me feel your body rocking while we dancing in Belize. And you got the coldest body, mama, see that's on free. So take it off slow, give me the whole strip tease.
Baby, I'ma show off. Come take your clothes off. Gonna lay your body down tonight. Baby, I'ma show off. Come take your clothes off. Cause when I'm done, you're gonna doze off into like oh, 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 girl, oh, yeah. Love it when she say don't stop, don't stop, baby, don't stop. Don't stop. Love it when she say don't stop. Don't stop, baby. Don't stop. Don't stop. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was just gonna kind of go into some fun questions. I know we kind of talked to like some serious stuff, but some fun stuff. So, what is like your favorite sports teams?
All right, man. So the Raiders is my favorite football team. That's why I mess with. You already can see my boys. And yeah, I'm pretty committed. We had a rough few years, man. But like you said, like we were talking about earlier, man. It's rough being a Raider fan, but we're loyal to the soil, man, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, so I want to go into this, man, because oh man, I have so many cousins, friends, family that are Raider fans, and there's like no sway in them at all, man. I don't care if you guys move to the moon, like it's like you're gonna find a way to get to that stadium and watch that team. And I have to say, man, I have to appreciate that from of the Raiders, because their fans are so loyal. They're there to the end. If they lose, they're ready to scrap. If they win, they're ready to scrap. It's always on. So I have to give them props for that. What was it like for you to get that news that they were moving to Las Vegas out of Oakland? Was that a heartbreak, or was that like?
Not at all, man. Not at all. When I found out they're going to Vegas, I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Yeah, they're not going to be in Cali no more, but they're just right there. For me, that was like it was cool, and then to see what they were doing with the stadium and everything, it's like, man, it's next level. So hopefully, their game will be next level, And I can't be mad at them this season, man. They can't be mad at them.
Yeah, they're definitely working their way through the season, and I'm pretty sure they're going to get stronger and stronger. Guys got a lot of good players, a lot of the coaching's there, the GM's there, the stadium's there, the fans are there. I think you guys are in the right city, that's exciting.
I think so too, man. They did all right, man. And
yeah,
hopefully Lady Luck will be on our side and shit next year.
Yeah, and then would you be down to go to their stadium and bust out the acoustic guitar for some of the people out there? Is that going to happen?
I'm so down, man. So down.
So also, I see that you were a Laker fan, right? You are a Laker fan.
Big time.
What was going through your mind when you got the Kobe Bryant news?
Oh man, so that was so rough, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember we were at Denny's, me and my family, and I looked at the phone and my heart fell, dude, because it said something about Kobe, and I was like, oh no, don't let it be true. And I look at the phone again, and I just swipe up one time, and it was just like boom, 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 boom. Everything was about Kobe. I was like, it's true. And I showed my wife, and she was like, "You all right?" And I'm like, "No." And I took a while. I had to go take a walk. You know, I was in the car for a little while. Had a smoke. You know, and let a couple tears come out. Man, it was rough. Man, it was rough. It feels like he lost a family member. You know what I mean? It was really rough.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say about Kobe Bryant, and anybody that knows me, man, knows that me and Kobe have a love-hate relationship, man. A big love-hate relationship, because my boy was Eddie Jones, man, and he came in. That was like the only guy holding down the fort, man. Nick Van Exel, all those guys, and then we got Kobe, and Kobe was a big show off, but he turned out, you know, he made it happen. I'll give him that. But the one thing that I gotta say about Kobe is that I feel like he is the last basketball player to ever play, because he didn't really care about. He had the money, but he really didn't care so much about that. The guy just put in 100,000% every game.
Every game.
You knew where his head was at. You knew that he's coming for the kill. You know, so I gotta say, man, he is the last basketball player to ever live, because I can't even get over these dudes with these pantyhose out there. Like, I just can't. Like, I can't follow what he's saying.
It's a whole nother generation of basketball player nowadays. But you're right, bro. He was the Mecca, man. That dude was it.
Yeah, that was the end of that era, man.
He was a basketball player. Like, I just saw something today where he was. They asked him. They go, "Who would have won between one-on-one between you and LeBron?" And he goes, "Me. I win all day. I win." Everybody's like, "Oh shit," you know. And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "That's what I do." He goes, "I do that in my sleep, one-on-one." He goes, "I'm a real one-on-one basketball player." He goes, since I was a little kid, I played one-on-one. That's what I do. He goes, "So I win all day."
Yeah, and the dude is a straight killer. Like, I could see like LeBron folding, where that guy would just be like in his face, in his ear. Like, he's just such a killer, man, and like you could never turn it off, dog. You could never turn it off.
LeBron apart, bro, all day.
Yeah. What was like one of your favorite moments with Kobe, if you could just recall a couple?
Man, there's so many, but you know what would always trip me out? How clutch he was. So I mean, there was the championship they won, where he had a last minute buzzer shot, man, and I can't remember what year or what, but that's the first thing that's coming in my head. Just how clutch he was with those shots, man. And I can't think of one off the top of the head.
That's all good. One for me had to be his last game. Like, like I said, man, me and Kobe have a love-hate relationship, man. And to see him go off the way that he did on that last game, just went off on everybody. I shed a tear. Because it was like, man, you're seeing something so special, so good. The guy can still do it. His body, his mind is there, but his body just wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
And the dude was just a killer, man. But yeah, his last game was something I could remember. What about the Dodgers, man? So you're a Dodger fan as well?
Yeah, big time Dodger fan, bro. And finally got one, man. I was so happy. And it's crazy because we gotten so close a couple of times that I had wrote this little, song. It's actually like a cover, but like I put my own words on it. With Sweet Home Alabama, I did Sweet Home California. And the song was dope, and I had it for like 3-4 years, man. People were like, "Why don't you post it or do something with it? Record it, put it out. That song is dope as hell. Do something with it." And I was just like, I want them to fucking win. I want them to win, bro. Come on, And finally they did, and finally got to post it, and a bunch of people went off. They're like, "Finally!"
Yeah, I seen that little cover that you did. That was really cool, man. It was a different swing, different pace, but it hit home, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. And my dad is like the biggest Dodger fan. This guy's dedicated his life to his truck. Like he has like a classic truck. He's all Dodgered out.
All Dodger.
Yeah, man, that guy was crying like all those times, man.
Oh,
So close.
Yeah, I
So
was
close.
going crazy. And, you know, my kids, you know, they don't get it, man. But I was running around the living room all happy as hell, dude. I was like, finally. Calling up my family. I was like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah, I remember just being a young kid, like in '88 when they won it, and just sitting there with my dad and praying, man, just praying that they win those games, and they did, and just like all those years, and my dad was kind of like, I don't know, my dad's like fair weather, man. Like he was in back then, and then he really fell off when they were like just nothing. And then what got him back was Manny. When Manny came, I was like, oh, my dad was like, dude, he was so back. He was buying all this Dodger stuff, buying a Dodger truck, and he buying jerseys. Like he was just back. Man. So yeah, but I'm happy for him, man, that he got to see it, you know. And I hope they continue to do it, man. You know, I hope they continue to, you know, do well. I'm sure they will. They got a young team.
No doubt. They got everything they need, man. That's for sure.
And do you have any favorite beers or anything like that you like to drink? Are you a beer drinker?
I'm a beer drinker. I drink Modelo's, you know what I mean? Classic, you know, just Modelo's. I even like the Negras, man. Those are bomb too. Yeah, man, I like Modelo's. I'm not really super heavy on, you know, drinking. You know, I smoke bud more than I do drink beer, you know, but when I do drink, I drink Modelo.
Let's talk about the weed, man, because I think that's a big thing that's kind of changed in our life, right? You know, back in the day, it was like if someone had weed, it was like, whoa, you know, like it's hard to get. It's always like that. I have a funny story about this, man. This could be a little bit long-winded, but as a kid, I remember running around my cousin's house, and I thought they were cooking barbecue. But what they were doing was they were smoking that Bammer weed, right? So I was too little, bro. I was only like 5, 6 years old. And I remember telling a little kid, I go, hey, man, are they making some ribs? Because last time I came here, they're making that ribs. And then he's like, yeah, can you smell it? And it was that Bammer weed.
Oh, man.
I'm not a smoker, right? So years go by. I'm now in like junior high, going into high school. My friends are in the backyard. I go to his house. His mom's like, hey, go in the backyard. They're back there just, you know, they're doing their thing. So I go in the backyard and I smell that Bammer weed. And I go, dude, who's cooking the ribs? And everyone's looking at me like, nah, this is Bammer weed. Like, this is weed, bro. Like, and I'm like, what? I thought you guys were making some barbecue. That's where I thought, like, you know, they were making barbecue, but there was weed. So, but again, back then, to come across weed and the sack and all that stuff, it was, you had to go to a dealer. So now you can go to the store and buy this stuff.
Yeah, I ain't go to the store. It's all legit, man. You ain't got to worry about nothing too much.
Yeah, so how long have you been smoking?
I've been smoking for years, at least 10 years, you know, and it just kind of mellows me out, you know, and especially when I'm getting creative or whatever. I like to smoke and then I'll write me some dope music or come up with some really cool melodies or, you know, what have you. But yeah, man, I'm into it.
Nice. And now, do you go to a shop to buy your stuff, or do you have a friend?
Nah, I got a buddy, man, out here in Lancaster, Captain Kirk. Kirk. Shout out to Kirk.
Any particular strain that you like?
I'm really into OGs, man. I love anything that's OG or, you know, I like the stronger stuff, you know, that's gonna, you know, make you feel, I guess to the beginner smoker, it'll kind of put you out, it'll lay you out, but for me, it kind of just like mellows me out, puts me right where I need to. Gotta smoke too much of it, you know what I mean? Just a little and you're good to go.
Yeah, so with the creative stuff with the weed, you're saying that, like, so does this help you just write songs? You just maybe relaxes you where you're not thinking?
Yeah, it does. It definitely relaxes me, man, for sure. Keeps me relaxed because, I mean, I think that normally I'm very like, I don't know, I got a lot of energy, bro, you know, so for me, it keeps me just mellow, chill. That's where I like to be, you know what I mean? Especially when, like I said, when I need to focus and, you know, be in the vibe.
Yeah, and it brings a lot of people together for sure, like, you know, artists and stuff. Have you smoked with anybody that you're just like, wow, I can't believe I'm smoking with this person?
Yeah, man, Baby Bass, bro. Yeah, Baby Bash, and that dude smokes like Snoop Dogg, bro. It's crazy. I'll never forget, bro. Like one of the first times I smoked with him, we going up to Frisco, we smoking, he just smoking and smoking, lighting up another one. I'm like, damn, all right. And on the way to Frisco, we were good. You know, I was good. But on the way back, he tried to smoke the same way, and he even got me on tape, man. I was out. I was asleep.
Yeah, man, that weed, man. It's just, I have a lot of friends that smoke. I personally don't smoke, but I have a lot of friends that smoke, and they live by it. Like some people, they can be functional on it. I have a lot of friends that can be functional on it. I have some friends that they smoke, and they're out, man. They're good night. So I think it's all about the tolerance, and everyone's a little bit different. What about the edible stuff? You touching any of the edible stuff that's available?
No, not really. Even the crazy stuff, like the dabs and stuff. I'm down. You know what I mean? If I'm chilling with a couple of my people, you know, shout out to Kind of Connect 805, my boy Joe. Like all he does is dab, bro. And Jesus, man, that stuff is crazy. You know, so I think I'm more of a smoke flowers and, you know, joints or whatever.
Yeah, I've noticed with the dab stuff, like that stuff is almost like lethal. Like I've seen it ruin people's lives because they can't even get up. Like they can't even get up. Like they'll smoke in the morning and they're like their day is done. You know, it's like they're gone, completely gone.
Yeah, I got shit to do today. You know what I mean? I can't.
You're mine, and we belong together. Yes, we belong together for eternity. You're mine. Belong to me. Yes, they belong to only me for eternity. You're my baby, and you'll always be. I swear by everything I own, you'll always be mine. You're mine, and we belong together. Yes, we belong together. Eternity.
Man, I just want to congratulate the LA Dodgers for winning the championship this year, and also the LA Lakers. Let's go, baby.
Where we read that Dodger blue, yeah. Sweet
when you pick up the guitar and you're playing, is your family like, all right, enough already? Are they like, are they all about it?
They're all about it, man. Yeah, they're all about it. It's pretty crazy. Like, you know, I've always kind of like kept it in my room. So when I do bring it out, they're like, oh, hell yeah, all right, let's get it, you know?
And,
Yeah, so even for Christmas, you know, I told them, like, I'm gonna bring the guitar. They're like, hell yeah, let's do it. And also, too, my younger sister, she plays. Shout outs to Melina. She's amazing. I call her Baby Santana, man. She's no joke. And then my little brother plays drums, and he sings for the church and stuff. And, man, it's just crazy being from a family like that, you know. And my dad's family was the same way. A bunch of barbers and musicians. It was crazy.
crazy mix right there, barbers and musicians. But
Yeah.
if you think about it, they always had like those tenor like singers or whatever they were. Like
barber
those-
quartets and stuff like that.
yeah, that's pretty cool. How long have you been married?
Yeah, I've been married, I want to say like 5-6 years. 5-6 years. We've been together for like 17 years.
And now, as an artist, now that you know you're getting obviously a lot of attention, you know, there's girls out there, right? Is it tough, man? Or you like when you're on these stages with Baby Bash and doing your thing? You know, is it tough to be in a relationship? And is she cool with it, or is she nervous on the sidelines? Like,
And it's actually really cool. She's super cool with everything, and we're, you know, it's all good. It does get a little crazy, you know, sometimes, you know, and it is a little rough, you know, but for the most part, man, she's got my back, and we do our thing, man, for the most part. And she's real cool about everything.
that's cool, man. What about the kids? How many kids do you have?
I got 4 kids, man. Four
Okay.
kids. Yeah.
And any of them have any of this talent that you're?
So my oldest one, he plays guitar. You know, shout out to Jose, man. He plays guitar. And then my younger one, his name's Andrew. He's learning the drums right now. And then my daughter, man, she loves to sing. So I think she's gonna be my little singer. And then my little guy, my baby, he's developing a little bit of, you know, he likes to sing, but he's real shy, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm gonna start throwing the guitar in my daughter's hands. Hopefully maybe she'll get the hang of that. That'll be kind of cool, you know?
Yeah, it's always crazy to like, you know, leave a legacy, you know what I mean? Like to have them maybe follow in your footsteps, you know, and hey, you know, that's Coda's kids, you know, like they're doing it now too. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, and I want them, if they're gonna do it, I want them to do it like naturally. I don't want to force them or anything like that. So when I do see like my son in his room practicing on his own, that really makes me feel good. And I'll be like, hey man, let me show you a couple things. Or, you know, like my daughter, when she sings, I'm like, oh, man, you sound so good. I always, you know, compliment her and tell her you can do anything you want to do. You can be a superstar if you want to. And that's what she tells me. She's like, I want to sing.
That's amazing. That's really cool, man. And like I said, there's things that are really changing in this world right now, right? I mean, Instagram is a big one, and there's going to be stuff down the line that's going to probably really help them. And you having that knowledge, it really, you know, just the business and meeting, you know, the right people, right? You know, the technology with studio stuff you can do in your bedroom, make a whole record, you know? It's awesome. There's so many cool videos you have with like your friends, bro. Who are your friends that you do like these funny skits with?
Yeah, so my boy Concrete, man, we do some funny stuff. That was ODM from Lighter Shade of Brown. We actually did a song together, and we were just and I started playing the jam, and they're like, he goes, okay, and then Concrete goes, oh, we gotta do a skit. We should do it like this. I'm like, all right, let's get it. So we probably did like 4 little takes, and man, it just felt good, you know what I mean? So, and that's something I want to get into later down the line, is like, you know, acting, you know, doing stuff like that. Definitely, you know.
No, you guys nailed those skits. Like the one where he's in the chair at the barbershop and he's like, all right, like cut the hair already. That was, and then the one, oh man, the one that you had with your son with the pudding.
Oh, dude.
Oh my gosh. I was dying to watch
I think I was
that.
one of the first people to post doing that to your kid. And it was just like perfect. It was great.
His
I posted,
face
people were
was
like, you're sick, but that was hilarious.
his face was like, all right,
Oh,
like
nice.
I don't know what to do. Like, should I cry?
And he even says it too. He goes, I don't know what to do.
Oh man, that's classic.
I need my own little reality show, man.
You should, man. I think you should definitely do that. You should definitely do that. You got the kids that are into it, man. You're into it. Yeah, man. You already got it. You're already doing it. You might as well keep going, you know?
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for having me, bro. It's a great experience, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Sakura the Barber, man. Definitely check this guy out. Thank you for watching Universal Groove. Peace.
My love must be a kind of blind love. I can't see anyone but you. Shabab, shabab. Shabab, shabab. Shabab, shabab. Shabab, shabab. Shabab, shabab. All the stars out tonight. I don't know whether it's cloudy or bright. I only have eyes for you, Shabab, shabab. The moon may be high. Shabab, shabab. But I can't see anything in the sky. I only have eyes for you. Shabab, shabab, you are here. Shabab, shabab, and so am I. Shabab, shabab, maybe millions of people shabab, shabab, go by, but they all disappear from you. And I only have eyes for you.
I need toilet paper. Give it to me. Gotta hand it to me because I can't reach. Come here. Come here. Give it to me. Oh. 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 Oh my God. I got poop on you. Go tell mom to wash it. Or here, wash it off right here. Oh my God. Sorry, Dad. I needed toilet paper.
That's disgusting.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Go tell mom. Oh! That's so gross. Babe, I got poop on his hand on accident.